Well, it's important to try to start to express those, yes, because that can help you to criticize yourself, yeah, which is important, yeah. Okay, so I thought it was a good performance, yes. Dynamics are clear, pedaling is clear, and I think we're still there on that 95%. I think some things are better, yes. So like this line, I'm liking now how you're taking the time for this. This is really good. Yes. Still not quite with the beginning. Feels a little bit unnatural. Yes. Once you get going, it goes really well. But the beginning is hard for you. Yes. Same thing when you get to the next beginning. It's a little bit, doesn't feel like it's coming from an emotional, but more from an intellectual. Okay, I'm going to do this pause and now I'm going to go faster. Yes? Okay, let's play the beginning or the opening line. See how that goes. Try it again.
What do you mean by opening line?
The first line. And I'll stop you, but just start. This was better. This was better. Do you realize what was better or no? Do you know that it was different from the one you did before? Okay. So what did you do that was different?
I didn't immediately speed up.
What was that?
I didn't immediately speed up.
Well, no, you actually had a better speed up. So it was much more spread out. But you also didn't pause too long after the first chord. So the first time you went dun, din, 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 too long. So if that space becomes a little too long, the first one dum, din, din, but now we have to start going. Yes? So that pause after the first chord can't be as long as the pause from dum, di, di. It goes yum, beep, beep, bum, 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 bum. Yes? You can't go bum, beep, beep, bum, but now it feels draggy. Yes? Try that opening again. Better. Do it again. The speed up wasn't so good this time. Yes? The timing was good, but the speed up felt like hesitant, like you didn't go there. Once you start going, now you have to be determined to go. Dum, dee, ding, bum, 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 until you decide to stop. If you go dum, dee, ding, dun, 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 now we feel uncomfortable because you've set us up, we're suspended, and now we need to go. If we don't go, then we're... No, you go. Oh, no, you go. Oh, no, your turn. Oh, no, you go. There's a joke about two twins that a mom was going to have twins. You know what twins are? Yeah. And it was, the baby takes 9 months to be in the belly and then they're born. And 9 months came and the twins were not born. And it was almost 10 months. And then the doctor went and looked inside to see what was going on. And the twins were like, you go first. Oh, no, you go first. Oh, no, you go first. Yes, okay. So once you go, you gotta go. Try again. Too long to pause that time. Now don't go too fast. Just go, but gradual speed up, but go. Getting there, but I want you to really settle that. Okay, now, careful expression. With the first chord, you have to fall gently into it. Yum, ba, bum, yum, bum, bum, bum. But you have to start from gentle, and then you go. Okay, but now that was good. That was really good. But now the second one, you can't pause as long as the first one, otherwise it becomes too predictable. So if the first one you go yum bum 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 bum, now you got a little pause and keep going. Not the same pause as the first measure. Otherwise it starts to become too much of the same. Okay, try again. The slowdown was too slow. Yes, yes. Because now that you're moving, now you have to not slow down. Okay, but don't keep going. Now that you're moving, now you can slow down. Yes, as much. But that was really good. Try again. No, you have to be careful with this piece. And careful when you practice, because it's very easy to just play. Stop. It's very easy to just play the notes. And now that you know it, it's very dangerous, because if you're most of the time just playing the notes and not trying to do that expression, then that's what you're going to do at the recital, because that's what you mostly did. So every single time, now that we still have one more Wednesday, and then it's the recital. Yes? So every single time you start that piece, don't just play notes. You gotta be feeling, remember about the sadness, the softness. Okay, try again. Careful with the sound. Too long to pause after the chord. Too long to pause after the chord. Don't slow down too much. This was the best one. Yes. Okay. But now what you could have done, this was excellent. You just slowed down a little bit. Here, you could have slowed down a little bit more before this longer speed up. Does that make sense? Okay, one more time. Stop. Okay. Okay, this was all excellent except that little crescendo, not big enough. You gotta grow more. Yes, because you had this big moment and then we relaxed, and the next big moment will be here. Yes? Okay, so let's take it from here. Go. That pause. But careful about the speed up still has to be careful. So you go li da da di da da da. No. It's the same as the beginning. Not too long a pause and then gradual speed up. But you're taking too much time for the pause. Yeah. Okay, take it from di da di da. Gentle, that's softly. Good. So you're doing.
I told you.
What?
Yes.
Told me what?
Here we go. The blame game. Yes. Now you have to be careful not to bang. But so you're doing now. The gestures are good there. Everything is good there in terms of gesture. Little bit bigger there, yes? You're going. And now this one you do pretty well, but that has to build towards it. So once you start. But you have to take it gradual, otherwise it can be bangy. Yes? Let's see. But look, now we're going much quicker because everything else was now in place. Can you start from dee da da? Or take this measure. Dee da. You have to be patient, otherwise, no. It can be, no. Ti ta 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 ti. Yes? But you're getting it. You just got too excited and then you just kind of exploded. Okay, take it from here if you can. Yes, sir. B. Getting louder. But don't rush it again. Don't rush it. You see, what you have to do is actually you keep slowing down. Slow down to keep it, not rush. Just get da 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 da. No room for that doesn't work. Emotionally, it doesn't work. It's like a heart attack. Call the ambulance. Again from there. Getting louder. Now slower, please. Slower. Dee da da, dee da 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 dee. Dee da. Yes. Yes. once you pass this moment, now you have to relax. Otherwise, then it's, you know, it's like, okay, he's dead. It's done. What, he was wiggling after death? No. So once you get to the death, then it's relaxed. The spirit is rising and he's gone. Yes? Capiche? That was the one. See if you can do that again.
Oh.
Growing now slower, D, slower, D, da, slower, D, da, 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 D, and D, D, da, D, now relaxing, D, da, relaxing, Okay, now we're having a little bit of trouble. Once you get soft, I'm starting to hear your pedal change in terms of accent in the change of the chord. This is perfect now, yes? But now you finished. Careful here. So you have to be careful with the, so that I don't hear, I'm hearing. You see, I hear those like that instead of. Now here, gentle, gentle. Chord, gentle. Yes? Let me try. Take it from dee da dee da. Oh, but okay, take it from maybe then here. Da da dee da. D sharp. 2. With the E. Da, da, dee, da, dee, da. You can't start there. D sharp. Now careful with your chord. Careful. It's too heavy. There you go. Now careful. It's too down. Yes. So look what again. Listen to how I change. I'm coming here. Now I'm careful. So every time I have a chord change, I play it softer. Soft. So I'm extra careful to play the chord change so that I don't have. See, you tend to have a little bit, and then the after that death, then this, if the spirit is too loud, it's like, what's going on? The body's gone. There shouldn't be weight. It should be just the ghost rising up effortlessly. Yeah? If you put accent, then it's like not dead yet. Okay?
I was riding a horse.
No, you gotta be softer when you change. Okay, play me just your left hand. Start here, please. Now. And now. Press gently here. Ah, that's what you want. Now press gently when you change. But you see, you're accenting. You're going, and then you relax. I want you to go. Every time you have a chord change, softer. Try that again. Now softer. Softer. This is better. Okay, now take from that F. Change softly. There. No, but wait, you're ahead of yourself. Start here, read carefully. Soft. Soft. 2, 3, 4. Softly. But this is too beta. Softly, softly. Oh, you accented. No. Dee-da. No, do this. Dee-da. Yeah. No, but the dee-da is with the chord. No, it's first the B. Dee-ya. No, but there's a chord after that. No. Now. No. Because you see, even your wrist is going up and down. It has to be. You're going. Just to relax to the F sharp. B. And soft on the F sharp. No, but I don't think that's the finger you're doing. It's fine. No, F sharp. But relax that F sharp. Okay, try it with both. Dee-da. Now soft. Wait. Why did you? There's 4 before you change. There's 4 chords before you change. Is that it? Dee-da. Now dee-da. And now 1, 2, soft. But that starts to go build. That's the last little crescendo. I didn't hear crescendo here. Okay, so this section is still not quite, but everything else is really good. Okay, can we try from this F sharp? Now, not too soft right here. You're still kind of getting into the softness. Now, carefully. No, your notes. Soft. Good. Softly. Softly. And now soft. Yeah, and you have to do a little bit of speed up here. Yes? You have see, I have, there's da, li, da, da, la. So that's falling each time. Fall. And soft. everything left from that F sharp. Not too soft here. Yeah. Softer. Good. Now soft. Stay soft. Now this is the softest. Careful. Still don't hear your E. Okay, I didn't hear the E though. Can you play that first chord? The E. I hear more of this and this. This is the loudest one. That's not the loudest. It's the E. Do that again. No, this is too loud. More E. Yes. Let's play the other notes. Try it. Relax here.
I think if you tilt your hand,
My hand is not gonna play the key.
It's okay. It's okay. It's just the string. Oh, no, do that again. No, do it again. This is a little better, but this is still too loud. But I didn't hear this though. No, I'm not hearing this. Now it's too loud. Okay, so remember what we did way back then? Way back when we were trying to bring. So keep this one, do the staccato. Lightly. Can you do that little exercise there? Pinky. Hold, do it again. And now down to the D sharp. And back. But you see, this is still, it's not. You're still going. And these are loud. So what I do is look. See my pinky? My pinky is more stronger and these are more relaxed. Try. Oh, wait, careful. Chord. No, chord. Yes, that's right. You gotta put your weight towards that pinky. And now the other chord. Yes. And then. Now I'm hearing the pinky more. Okay, try that. I'll play the B. Ready? And. Do that again, but do the staccato. And. Play these B's, just the B's. Again. No, 2 times B and then it's E. Try now with the pedal normal. Forget about all this. Just play it, but thinking about the weight towards the pink. Yes.
Mhm.
Oh. Uh-huh. See? So every now and then do a little bit of that exercise to bring out that melody. Yes? Okay, now one last thing. This is now, so remember, from this ya, mi, da, la. This is the softest.
Which measure is that?
So that's starting at the end of what is this? 18. Yes. That's where that F sharp starts. La, li, les, mi, do, les, and then softest. Di, di. Little bit of speed up grows. Di, do. And now again softer. Di, do. Yes. Now you have to be careful with the last chords because when you performed, although it was nice and slow, it didn't necessarily match the speed of before. So you're coming here. So you have to keep your counting, otherwise it feels a little bit like this. When you played it felt a little bit. You see, it felt out of context because you stopped counting and you were just focused on like, let me get my hands and my fingers and my chord and my pedal, and then we lost the music because we were not. You have to be here, one, and slowing down, and three, and four, and one, and two, and three, and four, and one, and two, and three, and now it feels like it's a continuation. Yeah. Okay, but good. Yes. Okay. So last.